Welcome to Stuff and Whiskey. I'm Josh.
And I'm Erin.
And today we're talking about the one whiskey that you shouldn't buy.
Welcome to the channel, bringing a real-world perspective to the real-world whiskey consumer.
Today we're talking about the whiskey that you shouldn't buy. At least we don't buy it. But before we get into that, we have to get into the first sip. What is the first sip?
First sip. This is a segment we've started where we're tasting something blind, but it's something we've never had before, so we don't have any familiarity with it.
Yep.
And we're just gonna rate it.
Yep. And our pool of single samples that we use for this is a mix of available and allocated products. So we don't know whether we're supposed to like it or not. We don't know if it's going to be any good. There's some good stuff. There's some average stuff.
Right.
You know, we'll see what comes out in the blind, because the blinds don't lie.
And so far, these are all samples that have been given to us. We haven't.
Yes.
We don't have the bottles here, so we've never tried them.
Because if we had it here, everything here gets opened, and we would be familiar with it.
Yeah.
So that's the premise for this. So cheers.
Cheers. Ooh. This is very reminiscent of a rare breed smell for me.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not getting that at all.
Not the rye, just the rare. Like it smells a little bit like library books.
Okay, so you're getting like a little bit of like
in a cabin,
some leather
and some like wood.
A little bit of wood, yeah.
Yeah, I like the smell. A little bit of earth, a little bit of dirt.
Yeah.
But in a good way. To
me, I'm getting, there's a little bit of a nail polish remover note that I'm getting, but oddly not in a bad way. And then I'm getting like some white table sugar, like a really table sugary sweetness to it, and then a really kind of rounded profile with the oak and the appley sweetness. It smells quite good on the nose. It smells really balanced on the nose.
Yeah.
Not bowling me over. Seems, you know, just like a good bourbon. It definitely smells like a bourbon. Let's get into it.
It tastes a little more nail polish remover-ish to me than it smells.
Boy, that's coming through.
It's also sweet.
It's very sweet. It is extremely sweet, like concentrated sweetness right on the middle of the tongue. Almost
the middle of the tongue, so I was gonna say.
It's almost got like a sweet tarts note to me, like a chewy sweet tarts. I get that sometimes.
Kind of,
like
it's tart on the back end.
Yeah, it tastes like you just took a bite of like a cherry or a grape sweet tart, and you're getting just that really concentrated sugary sweetness right in the middle of the palate.
And I don't think I'm tasting nail polish remover. I think I'm tasting nail polish, like how nail polish smells. I didn't get that on the nose, but I'm getting a little bit of that on the taste. Then it's like really sweet in the middle, and then it's a little tart in the back of my tongue.
Yeah, this is sweet tarts. This is sweet tarts. This is chewy, the gigantic 4-pack of chewy sweet tarts in a glass with someone putting nail polish on next to you. You're dead right on the nail polish as compared to the remover.
Yeah.
Because nail polish has that kind of...
It's a different smell.
It is a different smell. And it's here, and it's on the palate too. I think actually what I'm picking up there is a combination of the oak, which is leaning a little to the bitter side of the equation,
maybe,
but not in a bad way, combined with the sweetness. That's something you don't get on a lot of pours. It's quite enjoyable.
It's got a pretty long finish, so I wonder if this is high proof or not.
I don't think so. I don't think it's super high proof, but it's definitely drinking like it's got a nice proof point on it. I'm enjoying the proof point.
Can we find out what this is? Oh no, we have to score it. I forgot.
All right, we do have to score this, so let's get into it. On the nose, flavor, and experience of this glass, where are you at?
For me, the nose on this gets 2 thumbs up. I really liked it. The flavor, also pretty solid, 1 thumbs up. And then the experience, a thumbs up.
Yeah. To me, this is thumbs up on the nose, really, really enjoyable nose. On the flavors, I'm kind of torn. I'm going to give it a thumbs up because it's good, but it's so cloyingly sweet that I don't think I would really want to finish a glass of it. It's just a little too overly sweet for me, which is saying a lot because I tend to like really sweet bourbon.
For me, I think the tartness of it kind of counteracts the sweetness of it a little bit.
But I'm going to give it a thumbs up on the flavor, but I wouldn't drink very much of it. And then for the experience, I give it a thumbs up for what seems to be like, you know, a decent proof point. It's got a lot of stuff going on. It's got a good finish to it. It's got a good concentration of flavor. I'm digging the experience on this glass. I'm gonna find out what this is.
What is it? I'm curious.
This is Wild Turkey Diamond.
Is that why I got rare breed?
You were right.
I'm getting so good at this, you guys.
Wow.
I'm an expert.
Oh my goodness.
What's diamond? Like,
okay,
it's
so
a different type of wild turkey?
This is so surprising. First off, shout out to Brian Cusco for giving us a sample of
thank
Wild
you,
Turkey
Brian.
Diamond. This is one of their master's keeps. This stuff is so concentrated sweet.
It is.
Like I said, a cherry sweet tart. Like just, I mean, unreal flavor.
I bet this would be really good on ice.
I cannot believe this is 91 proof. This drinks with the flavor.
Oh, wow.
This drinks with the flavor of like 105 proof pour.
I would never have guessed that it was 91 proof.
Wow.
Ever.
Wow. I almost went 2 thumbs up on experience because there's so much going on. But
and I'm still like getting a little bit of a hug right here.
Yeah. So this is their Master's Keep. I think all the Master's Keep bottles run about $175 at retail.
Oh, gosh.
They come and go very quickly.
Oh, man.
And you can't get your hands on them hardly ever. I'm super impressed with this pour. Like I said, it is so sweet that it's almost too sweet for me. But to have just a little dash of this,
I wonder if we
it is very
have
enjoyable.
it over ice, if it would open up and not be so sweet.
I don't know. All right, so let's say retail score here, a retail rating, the price and availability, $175.
Hard to get.
Very hard to get.
I'm gonna have to give it a thumbs down.
Yeah.
On the retail score because it reminded me of rare breed. On the nose, obviously it doesn't taste like rare breed, but on the nose, I could find rare breed for $50, a little more.
Yeah.
Readily. So it's gonna get thumbs down.
I'm still stunned you picked up on that. Okay.
I know. It's must be the day because it's luck.
Now it's sitting on the shelf in front of you for $175. Obviously, that's kind of special bottle price territory. Are you buying it for that? Or
no, it's a little bit out of my comfort zone price range.
Yeah.
For even special bottles.
Yeah.
Unless I love it. Like if it got 2 thumbs up across the board, I might.
For me, I'm going to give it a thumbs down on retail. I mean, for the price and the availability, you almost have to, no matter how good the whiskey is. Whether I would buy it again or not, I'm going to give it a strong thumbs up right there. Just because the Master's Keep bottles are gorgeous. I love the packaging. I love the presentation. I love what's in this glass. Because it's so sweet and I would only have a little bit at a time.
It would last a while.
It would last me forever.
Yeah.
So the smiles per dollar that I would get out of this bottle
smiles per dollar
would go so far.
That's a great metric.
That's the first sip. If you like these types of little capsule reviews that we do, be sure to check out the video description below for our link to our Patreon. Over there, we do 2 other videos every single week, and those are more of tasting things like this, little like 4 or 5 minute reviews of stuff.
They're not always blind. They're usually not blind.
Yeah, usually they're not blind. And it's tasting new bottles that we might get in a more timely fashion than we might not be able to get to here on the blind format that we do on the public YouTube channel. And we take requests over there. We do all kinds of stuff. Check it out down there. We also do blind flight nights, which is one of our absolute most favorite things. So you can join in. We can send you a blind flight and we all get on a live stream together privately and we do a flight together. So it's a ton of fun. Check it out down there in the video description below.
If you've liked what you've seen so far, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. If not, that's fine, I guess. You could
not if you want.
Not, just don't thumbs down it. I mean, I guess you could.
You could too. That helps as well. It's engagement. You're not hurting anybody by doing that.
I know. I guess I just don't like not being liked. But yeah. Anyway, side note there. Also, if you like content like this and you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and you can hit that bell notification or the bell icon to be notified whenever we post videos so you don't miss any.
All right, let's get into our main topic, which is the one whiskey that you shouldn't buy. And we've got our examples right here, but they're just that. They're examples, so we're going to get them out of here because this applies to literally any whiskey on the market. Don't buy any whiskey that you're not willing to lose money on if you've never tried it before. If it's going to disrupt you, if it's going to upset you, if it's going to rock the cart too much, if you spend some money on something that you've never tried before and then you get it and you don't like it and you're upset about that money that you spent, taste is so subjective.
Right.
You can never know if you're going to like something until you try it or not.
So the one bottle you should buy is something you're not willing to lose that money on if you don't like it.
Absolutely.
To sum up what Josh said.
So the reason this is an episode topic today is because I saw a post on a Facebook group where somebody had bought a single barrel store pick, and we love single barrel store picks.
Yeah.
Somebody had bought
you
one.
also call it something. What do you call
single
it?
barrel roulette.
Mm-hmm.
And they had bought a single barrel store pick. They got it home. They tried it. They said it was undrinkable. They hated it. And they asked if they could return it to the liquor store for a refund. Now, first off, I don't think any liquor store does that, but it really reminded me of something that just because you're paying for something, whether it be $30 or $300, it doesn't guarantee that it's going to be any good. And even if everybody says it's good, even if we say it's good, it doesn't mean you're going to like it.
Correct.
Unless you can try it before you buy it, make sure that you're willing to lose a little bit of money on it if you don't like it.
If it's a single barrel offering.
No, not even single barrel. This is actually a perfect example. You didn't even know I was going to do this, but Wild Turkey, for instance, Wild Turkey 101. This is the old label. This is probably an older batch of Wild Turkey. Now they're out with a new bottle. It looks better or more marketable or whatever. It doesn't have a big bird head on it. It's more etched into the glass, but people are saying it tastes different. Some people don't like it.
Did they change the mash bill or something?
Well, they changed. It's a new batch.
Oh.
It's a new batch.
Okay.
So even on large batch products, huge batch products like 101 Wild Turkey, those can change in flavor profile. So really, I think the only way that you can be 100% for sure if you like something is if you go to a store and you happen to live in a state like we do here, where they're able to have open sample bottles and you can actually try a single barrel pick before you buy it. And that's one of the beautiful things about our market, and it's a bummer that all markets can't be that way, because it's amazing to be able to try before you buy. But if you can't do that, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Another good example of this is Old Forester. They've got their old labels, and this is going to be 1910 and 1920, for example, but you see this old label right here that's more of like an eggshell kind of tannish background. And then this new label is more of a white background. The batches change. People are tasting them. They're saying they change. They're saying they don't like it as much. They're saying they like it more. Taste is just way too subjective.
Yeah.
So don't spend money on things that you can't afford to lose money on when it comes to something like taste.
Yeah.
And as far as I'm concerned, the best parallel for this is wine. When I go to a store and I'm like, I'm cooking steaks, what wine should I buy? Or I'm cooking spaghetti, what wine should I buy? I'm buying it on their recommendation, knowing full well that I might not like it.
Right.
So I know personally that I'm not willing to lose $50 on a bottle of wine. I would be upset at that. But I am willing to lose $20 on a bottle of wine. So if I go into a store and I'm going to buy a bottle of wine for something, $20 is my comfort point. That's what I buy.
Yeah.
I don't buy $50 wine because I'm not sure.
So you have a higher comfort point threshold for whiskey.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, number one, whiskey, once it's opened, you can leave it open for almost indefinitely, and it barely changes over time. And I like whiskey more than I like wine.
Right. So it's about priorities.
Yeah.
So we can't tell you what the price limit is that should be comfortable for you. It's all about priorities and your budget too.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And to be fair, that's my comfort point on wines that I don't know. But we've gone and had dinners before, and they've had wine tastings with them and pairings and things like that. And we've spent more than that, multiples of that before on bottles of wine. But if I haven't ever tried it before, I'm not willing to gamble with much more than about $20 or $30 for a bottle of wine. And honestly, we would recommend that you not gamble with whatever number is comfortable for you in whiskey. Just because you like bourbon, there's a whole lot of bourbon. There's a whole lot of whiskey out there. And it can vary wildly in taste. So if you can't try before you buy, don't spend more than you're comfortable spending.
That's it for this week. Let's get into other stuff.
So our other stuff this week is something that's been near and dear to my heart for years, thanks to my best friend that introduced me to it, and then I introduced you to it.
You did.
And this is kind of coming out at the end of January. You know, beginning of the year, people are trying to get healthy. One of the things that people need to do that is protein powder.
Well, some people.
Yeah. By the way, this is not an ad. This is not a pitch. This is something that
we're not sponsored.
We're not sponsored. I absolutely just love this stuff. It is...
It's huge.
BSN Syntha-6. You can see how big this thing is. This is how we buy it. So The chocolate milkshake.
Specifically the chocolate milkshake flavor is what we're talking about here.
Yeah. If you need some protein in your life, or you're looking for a way to get some healthy calories like that, this stuff right here is amazing. Now, it is whey-based. You know, show me the way. Get these gains, bro. Whatever you want. You know,
it's not a vegan protein powder.
It's not, but let me tell you, this stuff, I've had a lot of bad protein powder that tastes like chalk or just stuff that tastes like trash.
This stuff straight up tastes like a chocolate milkshake.
It is as advertised, a literal chocolate milkshake in a glass, and that's even just mixed with regular old water. You mix it with milk, or like we mix it with almond milk, it's almost too rich.
I put it in smoothies and have a really good smoothie recipe.
Yeah. Do you know what this is? What was this? The Wild Turkey Diamond? This is the Wild Turkey Diamond of protein powder. Because if you put milk in here with it, it's too rich. You can't drink too much of it.
Yeah, it's like a straight up milkshake.
It really is. And pro tip, they also have, if you're like the Reese's peanut butter cup type of person, I'm like a Snickers and Reese's kind of guy. So let's say you get this, then you get the PB2 powdered peanut butter. You put a little bit of that in there too. It's Reese's in a glass. Boom. So you got your chocolate milkshake.
Flavor explosion.
It is. It's a flavor explosion too, and whatever also I was trying to say there that I messed up. But that stuff is awesome. Check the video description below if you want a link to it. We'll hit you with an Amazon affiliate link. We make a couple bucks off that, but I think you can go to any local store like your
GNC sells it.
Yeah, like those types of stores. Any type of nutritional store will have it there. It is well worth the money. Yeah, I'm very leery about hard selling any kind of whiskey because taste is so individual.
Yeah.
I'm also very, hesitant about hard selling any type of protein powder or anything like that.
This
because,
is good.
Again, taste is so subjective.
That stuff's, if you like chocolate, you'll like that.
I don't know anybody that's tried it and not loved it.
Yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for watching.
Till next week, guys.
Cheers.